That cold-eyed bald man is actually Tengri, a martial arts master. With just one untouchable technique, he could dominate the entire underworld. But instead, he chose to hide in the mountains with his disciples, forging legendary weapons. Little did he know, a band of ronin like us would come knocking. We made our way through thick fog until we reached a cave beneath a Buddha statue. To avoid disturbing the master's meditation, only Oishi and I went ahead, while the others stayed behind. On the way, I warned Oishi, no matter what you see, don't draw your blade, because all of us together are no match for these monks. We walked through a narrow tunnel and found a monk kneeling before a stone statue. I told Oishi to wait in the hall while I went to see my master alone. In a hidden chamber, I spotted a familiar figure. The moment we met, he laid out a test. A precious blade stood between us. If I could grab it before he did, we would earn his help. Under his piercing gaze, I held my breath and stayed completely focused. Meanwhile, Oishi heard someone calling his name from the hall. He turned to find Yasuno and the rest of our group walking in. Seeing the eerie monks around him, Oishi drew his weapon, ready to strike first. But the monks, who had been kneeling in prayer, suddenly sprang to life. Moving like shadows, they weaved through our men and snapped one man's neck in an instant. A voice whispered in Oishi's ear, urging him to draw his blade and save his brothers. But he remembered my warning. Even together, we're no match for these monks. He watched helplessly as his men fell one by one. Just as his own son was about to be killed, Oishi screamed at the top of his lungs for the monks to stop. At that same moment, my master and I both made our move. In a flash, the blade was at his throat. He smiled with approval. The skills he taught me, I hadn't forgotten a thing. Then everything around Oishi vanished. It had all been a test. With our weapons secured, the 47 of us signed a blood oath, swearing to avenge our fallen lord. On the eve of Kira and Mika's wedding, Oishi led us into action. We disguised ourselves as a traveling theater troupe and launched our attack under cover of the music. And finally, I saw Mika again. The next moment, the enemy hiding in the shadows revealed himself at last.